That ends the Mr. Beast segment. Let's return to an allegation that we talked about like a month or two now? A month or two ago? It is the DrDisrespect drama. That's right, DrDisrespect. He teased this video the other day. Let's watch this epic video he made. So cool, so epic. Oh my god. Look at that. By the way, how I was introduced to this tweet was Connor quote tweeting it and going, he's returned from Epstein's Island. But yeah, he made a stream yesterday. It was one part gaming stream like how he normally does, and the other part where he actually does occasionally like talk about the situation. Here's the funny part. Here's a funny clip from Nick.
People want to show the message, release the messages, show the messages. What are we in second grade?
To be by the way, the Defense Force is amazing. To be fair, the National Center for Missing Children and Children Abuse said the messages were fine. Surely that's a big deal if true. No, surely that's more to go on than anyone's tweet. Can you source where they said the messages were fine? LOL. They said. I love Dick Masters' response. They said they were chill, not sus at all. They responded with normal vibes. Everyone's clowning on the one fucking idiot. But where is? Okay, I don't like using Jake Lucky. But you know we gotta use him for this. Here is, oh god, you see, Twitter verification with no limits was a mistake, I think. But here we go. DrDisrespect's full 20-minute response to the Twitch ban allegations. Rough summary. He's reapplying for YouTube monetization on September 25th. We'll be streaming regardless because I think you can still support him for like Streamlabs or Stream Elements, whatever he uses. In his Twitch lawsuit, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly. After a lawsuit was resolved, settlement said no one could speak publicly, but if one side violated, he could respond. Call-outs, ex-Twitch employees, Cody Connors, for leaking the reported reason for 2020 ban. Oh yeah, that dude. He only leaked it because so that way he could promote some crappy concert he was going to. Doc says that there will be repercussions for accusing him, stating, "You don't know shit. You don't have any first-hand knowledge. You said I sexted a minor through whisper messages. Talks legal definition of sexting. Talks legal definition of minor." Oh, God, the legal definition of minor. He's going like, technically speaking, she wasn't technically a minor. Oh, tell me that's not. Says user was over legal age consent at the time of messages. Says he never intended to meet the user. They had never made plans and never did meet. Twitch Trust and Safety Team admitted the messages weren't sexting and acknowledged it didn't contribute to child sexual abuse material. He says that there is no exchange of sexual explicit images or messages. He said he used the term inappropriate purposefully to in his initial response because it was mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context. Said Twitch never had a legal analyst on whether his messages were even illegal. Notes his ex Twitch partner manager never supported him and carried a grudge against him. That same partner manager is involved with him getting banned, supposedly. The Twitch user he accused of inappropriately messaging said They didn't want to report anything to Twitch. Apparently, user was encouraged by ex-partner manager to report the situation to Twitch. Same partner manager personally escalates the situation to Twitch law enforcement and response team. They pulled entirety of whisper messages, Doc says, cherry pick, and chose a few out of context excerpts from messages. 1 hour later, Doc is suspended. Let's see. NCMEC was reported to for Doc messages. Case was not escalated to law enforcement. Twitch banned Doc without legal analysts and that his messages were even illegal. Doc was banned without him or the alleged victim being interviewed. A judge determined his messages weren't illegal. He says his 6'8" beautiful family and life. What is that sentence? Accuses other Twitch streamers of bad acts, but were never banned because someone using the N-word repeatedly on stream was deemed not a breach of Twitch policy. Streamer was reported for doing things with dead animals and discussing PDF topics, but not given a multi-million dollar contract, etc. Accuses Twitch of using this as a way to terminate his contract. References two big streamers being signed to leave Twitch around this time. I'm assuming he's accusing Twitch of freeing up capital, terminating Doc's contract to keep other big streamers from leaving, as Ninja and Shroud left for Mixer. He says he's more. He says more than just won't disclose. These are all statements according to DrDisrespect. And here is the... I added the word minor to bait the journalists. F off, pedo. Joke's on them. I was only pretending. So yeah, he's also not really mentioned in that summary. By the way, sorry for the butcher of the reading. But he's also alleging that he only added minor in there to see if gaming journalists would talk about it. I'm like, what? Excuse-moi? Yeah, so like I said I was talking inappropriately to a minor to see if people would talk about it. But I think we should watch the whole investigation still to see if
I enjoy my time here on YouTube.
Not investigate, the response.
You know, we've built a nice, strong community for years. This is where we started 16 years ago. 2008, I think. You know, I like my time here. And I like the community. We've got the best, realist.
We got the realist, we got the best community on YouTube.
Gaming community, right? The Champions Club. And we've built it on this platform, and if there's an opportunity to reapply for partnership, and there's a date that's been presented to us, then I'm going to take it. In the meantime, like we always done, we've always stayed in our lane. We'll stay in our lane and continue to just put on a show. You know? For almost 4 years, champs, the public demanded to hear from the doc regarding the Twitch suspension. I guess since you all missed the point with my personal statement, maybe it's time to tell my side of the story.
maybe it's time.
Champs. You see, there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case. I respected those rules. My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved.
I wonder if Twitch can sue that former employee for leaking that. Because like I don't, because the supposed legal ramifications of that have to be massive, right? Like he can't just walk away after leaking that kind of information, right?
As you all know.
Like, he has to be involved in some sort of lawsuit.
But even then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement. However, if one side violated that confidentiality, then the other side could respond. And again, champs, I respected all the confidential.
Well, yeah, it was in your benefit to not talk about the fact that you were supposedly messaging people inappropriately through Twitch whispers. It was to your benefit not to talk about it. Of course you wouldn't.
Obligations. But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to abide by those same obligations. Cody Connors, ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved, leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later, Cody, why do this? What was the point?
To promote his concert that he was going to.
This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me in 2020. Well, I mean, for what? Cody, why? Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies about the two-time? Did you not know the repercussions of accusing me, Cody Connors?
Do you know? He's talking like a fucking WWE wrestler. Do you know what happens when you cross the two-time?
You see,
which I get what is his all. I get it. That's his bit as the character DrDisrespect. But maybe forego the theatrics when you're responding to serious allegations of sexting. A child.
Ooh, don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any firsthand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch. You said that I got banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whisper's messages. Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is? I do. And yeah, I used Twitch's whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it.
You see, wait, so okay, yeah. So this is the issue. So like your purpose, you're saying here now that you essentially lied in your statement. Because in your statement, you admit to messaging a minor inappropriately, right? You worded quite possibly the worst way you could have, and now you're saying retrospectively that you only did that now. You saying you only did that to see if people would talk about it? FPS Diesel said the same thing. Drop the carrot. Yeah. 5D chess move. I know, right? Like, if anything, there's no proof of anything he did or didn't do. LOL. But I'm sorry. What you're saying that? You see, guys, I only said that I talked to a child because people would talk about that I messaged a child. Like, what kind of logic is that? And you're angry that people were smearing your name, but like again in your tweet you admitted to talking to a minor. Like, how else are people supposed to take that?
And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages? You didn't. Neither did any of.
Well, so are you saying that they were 16? Are you saying that they were 18? Because this is the thing. I think this is why everyone we need the whisper messages dropped, right? So that way you can show that there was no sexting. Because in a court of law, even if the age of consent is, if you're in a situation where the age consent is 16, but that person sends you explicit images, that is still very much illegal. Haha, got me, tricked me into thinking you were pedo. I know, classic humor right there. Classic. DrDisrespect, man, he's such a genius. So smart.
Any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch, at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met.
Show the messages. Show the messages.
In person, ever.
If you have to, censor the username, but show the messages.
Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack. These big-time publications, these journalists, these various outlets are sort of just gossip channels now. Don't you think, champs? They act like they're just gossip channels now. Without any...
I mean, that's what essentially it is. I don't know if you're new to this, man, but yeah, that's what it is. And look, I think he's using sexting to deflect from an actual grooming. Maybe.
Any real journalism and real research happening. They reported on all this based on leaks from 2 former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team. If these anonymous sources worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth. But apparently that's just too much to ask. If these former trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are, actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, 1, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. And 2, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. I'll say it again. Neither...
Okay, well, like we need to see the messages where they admit that, though, right? Because like ultimately, this is just becoming a massive he said she said, and I'm sorry, but like all we have to go off of is you admitting that you messaged someone that was a minor, but now you're trying to walk that back. It's not working in your favor, man. I don't know what to tell you. There's something that's been brought up. Twitch, according to Doc and Slasher, has its own department that sends such stuff to the police. They did it and his stuff, and the police didn't do anything. You mean your truth, Doc? 100%. We need to see the messages. Yeah, like look, if the police saw it, they didn't do anything about it. You know, maybe that corroborates his story a bit. But I don't know. It feels like both parties are purposely being dishonest here, because like I feel like Doc is omitting some stuff here. I feel like he was, because like this was during, we have to remember during these messages, the time of these messages, this was when the time he was cheating on his wife with a lot of people. And I like, and until I like me personally, I think there's a possibility that the messages were inappropriate, both in the sense that he was probably making jokes that he wasn't supposed to tell a child, and I'm sure he was also saying that I'm sure he probably made some sexual comments as well. But that's just me personally.
Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images. Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened. I even used the word inappropriate purposely. And look at how it's defined by every...
Well, if you don't want your messages being twisted, don't be so vague. Because yeah, when you're talking that you were messaging a minor and you were inappropriate with said minor, yeah, and especially with the context of the accusations being that the accusation was that you were sexting a minor. So when you admit to say, hey, yeah, I was messaging a minor inappropriately, like, bro, let's forget about the incriminating tweet. It wasn't sexting, guys. Yeah. Well, Twitch should have made a statement saying we sent it to law enforcement and just not remain silent. Lol, that's my point. All of this is just the DM of a non-adult, and both sides are reading hard into shits and just show the freaking DMs. I wanted the police file the report. I'm banging my head on the wall. Definitely, heck, I would say ultimately Twitch should have been dragged through the coals, even if Doc did it, but even more so if he didn't do it. Yeah, like he's also 38 to a minor. Disgusting. Yeah. You you just got baited, lol. If the police filed a report, a journalist should have found it out. Yeah, true. I feel like if a report was done, would have been brought to light by now. Like Doc is just being really dishonest here. Granted, so has Twitch been. Because like either way, Twitch looks really bad here. If he didn't do anything, which is a big if he didn't do anything, then they dragged his name through the mud, banned him for no reason, and essentially ruined his career. If he did do something, Twitch like let him go for 4 years. What was because like what was it like around 3 to 4 years, because the messages were, I believe, like 2017, 2016 at the time. They let him on the platform for a couple of years. Then they ban him, and they don't give the reason for his ban.
Everyone, champs. Huh? Including these defaming articles. I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place. I mean, how would each of you look if all of your private DMs, your text messages, your chats were looked at, dissected, and taken out of context by someone?
Ooh, listen, okay? Listen, okay? You can't get me. That's all I'm saying.
Who's deliberately trying to find something inappropriate in those words. And this is not a situation where a victim publicly accuses someone of wrongdoing. That never happened here. We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel. Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal. You see, I engage with my community. I engage with other streamers. And through Twitch Whispers, I communicate with...
I have to engage with children, too.
Twitch users. Conversations that consisted of a variety...
And I don't know about you. I never liked the Twitch whisper function. If I wanted to talk to someone from Twitch, I would have just given them my Discord. Honestly, there has to be a police report. Like if Twitch releases that shit's not being vague. I think Twitch is trying to cover their asses. Wait, isn't Doc's real name out? If so, then bam. Well, I think people have already done that. I think people already looked for his name to see if a police report was done on him. Doc does mention that the time frame was shortly after Mixer failed, so Ninja and Shroud were back on the market, and they were fine with Doc being gone because they wanted to buy those two back. You see, that's a whole like business conspiracy, right? Like you're Twitch, you're the biggest platform for streaming, right? I mean, but like you still have YouTube hypothetically as a competitor at this point. Okay, you're finally getting all your big streamers back. Why get rid of some of them because you're getting some back? It just doesn't make sense.
Idea of playing games and gaming politics content,
especially like because especially at that point, right? You don't have to have a contract with Ninja at that point because he's just crawling back to the platform. Or I think. Does Ninja even still stream on Twitch nowadays? I thought I heard something that he was streaming to like Facebook gaming or something. Anyway, like you don't have to make a contract with Shroud or Ninja at that point, right? Because they come crawling back to your platform. So there's no reason to get rid of your contract with DrDisrespect if that's the case.
Creation, random stuff. This was the extent of my whispers with this Twitch user. On June 21st, 2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged whispers with the Twitch user. And I say ex-partner manager because for years, this guy didn't do anything for me, my community, or my channel. For years. I'm talking no front page love. You're talking about the face of the platform, right? Literally, the face of the platform. And I know Champions Club remembers this. We got zero front page love on the website. He was never on my channel. He didn't follow me on Twitter. He wouldn't even inform us about Twitch rival tournaments. We're talking about the two-time Twitch rival tournament. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you want to play in it? We got zero support from this guy. And it was just so obvious that he carried a grudge against the two-time. So after we signed with Twitch in 2019, we asked for a new partner manager. And just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned. Coincidence?
Okay, like, can you legally name his name? if Twitch is the one who broke the agreement to not talk about the situation, I think you're allowed to name his name at this point, right? Name him, call him out. Like, what did he do? Who is he? You know, so that way we can get his statement, his side of the story. Mama Max and Doc digging themselves deeper while I Am Alex is watching comfortably right now. I know, dude. I'm waiting. Dude, okay, we got the Mama Max response. We've gotten the DrDisrespect response, and now we just need the I Am Alex response. The unholy trinity. So that way we can have some good content. Dude, can I just say, like, 2024, in terms of just like content, has just been so entertaining this year. Like, we've gotten some like amazing content from everyone in commentary because of all the stories.
The Twitch user tells the ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. I'll repeat that sentence one more time just in case anybody missed that one. The Twitch user tells...
Again, we have to see this message. How do you know? Did you talk to this person prior?
This ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. But this ex-Twitch partner manager encourages the user and even directs them to file a report directly with Twitch, even though the user told him clearly that we never physically met anywhere and that no photographs were exchanged. On June 24th, 2020, Twitch's special operations team receives and reviews the user's report. They find no issues and determine that it did not warrant any further escalation to Twitch's law enforcement response team. That would have been the end. That should have been the end. But that partner manager, oh boy, did he had it out. Yeah, he had it out for the two time. He finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do? He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the Twitch's law enforcement response team. He escalates the report to a friend on Twitch's LER team. So a day later, on June 25th,
and unfortunately, he doesn't bring any receipts to this. It's just him talking. This is just, I mean, it's good that you finally are able to properly have your statement, but you're also walking back stuff that you already previously said, kinda. And again, there are no receipts brought here.
LER analyst pulls the entirety of the whisper messages and begins discussing them with his director of the LER team. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time and does not have access to their computer or work files. Let me just remind you, I went through a big-time arbitration, okay? And, you discover a lot of stuff. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time. The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't. Within less than 1 hour, this LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch. Twitch submits a report to NCMEC. You guys all read those little articles, huh? The NCMEC. Twitch submits that report. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what? As far as I know, and over 4 years have passed, they didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know, they didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. Mind you, the same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting. The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user...
Dude, it would be great. It would be absolutely great if, like, you could bring us some documents, right? Or link us some documents or give us screenshots, anything to corroborate your story. Keep in mind, innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty, right? That's always something you should maintain and believe. However, again, I need to bring up your previous Twitter statement, which was you admitted to inappropriately messaging a minor. Dude, and to prove your, like, if this is your clackback, your definitive, I am innocent, you need to vindicate yourself a bit here, man. You can't just say you didn't do stuff. You gotta, like, full transparency, show all the messages. If you're allowed to, show the legal documents. It would be great if we had access to that.
users' messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable!
It's not a minor in California. Give him a break, guys.
I'm not going to get into every detail regarding my legal case, but these former Twitch employees that claim to have firsthand knowledge, they just don't have a clue. They didn't report any facts. The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal. So then why did Twitch use these messages against me? Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from their other streamers? I mean, outside of the obvious. I mean, just take a look at me. Right? Unfiltered. The realest motherfucker in this industry. 6'8", gorgeous, athletic, success.
Again, this is supposed to be your clapback. This is supposed to, like, when he addressed the whole cheating on his wife thing, he was not in character. He was himself. But here he's trying to be his character, but he's also like trying to be serious with the response. It's not working. Guys, I don't know. This whole like addressing stuff while still being in character bit just makes me think you're full of shit. If I'm being
Successful
honest.
college degree, college athlete, bourbon business, gaming studio, beautiful family. And trust me, we've worked hard.
Oh, you mean the gaming studio that let you go? You mean the bourbon that's no longer available for purchase? Is that what you're talking about?
For a decade to improve as a person, a husband, and father, and to get where we're at today. I mean, I'm in such a good place today. And all these people, they all act like they're just so perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. Sometimes I do. But I also didn't do all the shit that they're saying I did. But then that doesn't make a story, right? They wanted media attention. The media wants controversy. And by sensationalizing all of this with big, inaccurate headlines like sexting and sexually explicit, you all got what you wanted at the expense of the tube time. The reality is, they wanted to cut down the doc, plain and simple. Take a look at some of these horrendous acts of Twitch streamers that were never banned. I've got some examples right here. Example number 1, a streamer that frequently used the N-word while publicly streaming, which
name names. Name names, Doc. Name names. Like, holy crap, dude. Stop being vague with this. Name names.
constitutes a violation of Twitch's policies if accompanied by hateful intent. Twitch scheduled a meeting with the streamer to ascertain his intent to determine whether his conduct was a violation of Twitch's policies, ultimately determining it was not a breach of Twitch's policies. Why wasn't I called?
Also, that's essentially his response right there. He's just being mean. Look at these people. Look at these people. So here's Nick Merckx, who everyone was calling him like a doc defender, especially with like the whole like the trans stuff that came out and everything, right? Nick Merckx says, this Arsler, you know, I gotta make sure I get green for the clip, you know. DrDisrespect is married with children pushing 40, admits to texting a minor inappropriately, his words, not mine. So I cut ties because obviously that's inexcusable. Now I'm a shit friend for not backing him. Bunch of brain rot morons on this app. And like, look, we've talked about Nick Merckx a ton here on the channel before, right? I'm not the biggest fan of him. But like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, everyone was saying that he was like the biggest doc defender, right? Before he even made a statement. He makes a statement condemning DrDisrespect's actions. And now he's a terrible person again for it. If only Nick was good at comedy. Yeah. This whole thing to appeal to his stance, to defend him, yeah. Lol. Streamers saying the N-word on stream. Maggot, lol.